everybody, and welcome to a brand new video on the TARDIS Zone. If you like what I have to say, please give the video a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Before I start this video, I'd like to thank every single person that has subscribed to me in the last 3 or 4 days. I'd like to give a special shout out to Bolstrek, who has actually made that possible. But I have a new video for you guys. I must have overlooked this, obviously, with everything else that's been going on in the fandom and all the other videos that I've been doing. I must have actually overlooked this article. This article was put out on May the 8th in 2000 this year. I don't even know why I'm saying 2019, sorry. So just to fill all my new subscribers in, after Series 11 aired, I got to know a certain person, and this person has been feeding me information since resolution. So for anybody that's just new and subscribed to me, so here's the deal. This is what I was told. I was told that Doctor Who Series 12 was going to kick off with a Christmas special in 2019. Now, we know that they've had the New Year special, but it obviously didn't go down well with fans, right? Now, I was also given a lot of other information which has either been reported about or seems like that might be coming true. Now, the biggest news that my source gave me that was actually confirmed by the BBC was the Judoon announcement, right? So what happened was, I was told about the Judoon announcement 4 hours, I was 5 hours, 4 hours before the official announcement. Now, I did a video straight away after I'd gotten the information and put the video out a few hours before BBC had made the official announcement to the fans. Excuse me. Right, so it turned out that the Judoon did actually, as we seen at the 9 o'clock announcement, then the Judoon were announced. Obviously, the source didn't only give me the Judoon information, they actually gave specific information about where they were going to appear. BBC also confirmed that. Now, as I said, I've been getting information off this source all the way through, and the information that I've been given is basically that Jodie Whittaker will be stepping down a Christmas special in 2020. Okay, the Doctor will go back to a traditional male role. Also, for this season, concerning this season, specific information, the TARDIS is undergoing a tidy up, not a redesign, but a tidy up. They obviously don't like the inside of the TARDIS, and it's going to get a tidy up. Also, what else? Yeah, so we'll get back to this. So my source had actually told me, as I said, about a Christmas special, and obviously with everything that was going on the last couple of months in this fandom, I've had to do videos. If you'll see that the month of May I was actually very busy, and I must have actually overlooked this article. Now, I think Bolstrek did a video on it, because I think I remember actually doing something, but it obviously slipped me mind completely. But again, here it is again. So Doctor Who TV is reporting exactly what my source has been reporting to me since I said after Christmas, New Year special resolution. So after favorably breaking tradition last year, Doctor Who will return with a Christmas special this year, according to the press rumour. Now this is via MSN. BBC bosses are reportedly planning a Doctor Who Christmas special later this year. Although fans of the science fiction show have previously been told Jodie Whittaker's Time Lord won't be returning until 2020, after the New Year Day episode took place of the traditional festive spin, it now appears there could be a treat in store. As reported by the Daily Star newspaper, it was thought that the Beat would go with a Christmas special day, a special on Christmas Day, after being disappointed that 5.5 million tuned in for the January one-off. However, a spokesman added to the publication, "This is just speculation. It's far too early to say what schedules will be at that time of the year." So that's a spokesman, right? Right, so that's the article. So basically, this article is reporting what my source has been reporting to me since, as I said, since resolution, or even before resolution. Resolution is when I start getting information about what was going to be happening Series 12. Then other information I found out myself about musical episode. Now it looks like I might have got it wrong there. It doesn't look like the musical episode is actually going to happen in the series as I thought. But Jodie Whittaker is doing some sort of musical number for children in need. There's a video up on Twitter of her rehearsing. You don't actually see her singing and dancing, but she has the paper in her hand and it says children in need and all this. So she's doing something for children in need. So even though I got that, now that wasn't information from my source, that was information that I had found myself, because obviously I don't just sit here and just believe what I'm told. I go and I do a bit of investigating myself, and you know, there is, believe it or not, a lot of people out there that do get information, so there is information getting out. But if you want to watch any of my videos where I talk about these things, it's in the Series 12 playlist, Rumours and Information. So if you just want to go in and watch the Judoon video, you will see that I actually made the announcement before the BBC. So my source, as far as I'm concerned, is reliable, and obviously if I get any more information I will let you all know, but it's real quiet at the moment, believe it or not, which, as I said, would probably happen, and then you would get a string of announcements coming, to be quite honest. There was something else I wanted to talk about. What you call it? I seen something. Hold on, I'll get it now. While we're here, might as well. Where is it? Oh yeah, it was about Sean Pertwee, right? So I don't know if any of you know, but it was all over Twitter that there was right. I'll just read the article anyway. It's from the Radio Times, so the propaganda mouthpiece for the BBC. So Sean Pertwee says he's being approached about appearing in Doctor Who. The son of the third Doctor, John Pertwee, said he'd be keen to play an evil son or something weird in the sci-fi series. Now, a lot of fans are speculating, and obviously a few journalists with their headlines, he's agreed to appear in all this, and everybody is already automatically saying that they'd like to see him appear as his father's doctor. Well, he's already kind of ruled that out himself, because he has actually said that he would find that weird. He would rather do some sort of homage or ode, if that's the word, if I'm using the right word, to his father, but not to actually play the part that his father played. I actually think that's weird as well, and I know a lot of fans have been pushing for that, for him to play his father's doctor in new stories. I no, and he's right. But I'll read the rest of the article anyway. Let's see what the mouthpiece of the Radio Times has to say anyway. So, Hugh Fullerton, don't like him. So, where is it? I went too far. So, ever since he posted a couple of photos dressed up in his dad's old Doctor Who costume, fans have been keen for Sean Pertwee, son of beloved third Doctor John Pertwee, to have a role in the BBC sci-fi series, perhaps even playing his father's role. Yeah, see what I mean? And by the way, these fans, so-called fans, I'm sorry, but it was bad enough. Don't get me wrong, David Bradley played a brilliant William Hartnell in An Adventure in, what was it, Space and Time or Time and Space? I always get it mixed up, but you know what I'm talking about, the movie about the humble beginnings of Doctor Who. he played a great Bill. I'm not going to say he played a bad doctor. His first doctor was a good doctor. I just didn't like the way it was written, but I still felt uncomfortable. And I know it was done before in the old era. People will say it was done before, but I just don't think. I have to admit I'm a huge Pertwee fan, and to me, you know, he's got some great stories, and I just wouldn't like no. If Sean wants to come, let him play a villain or something. It'd be brilliant. To be quite honest with you, but not to play his father's doctor. No, I wouldn't like that. So let's read. So I'll just read the rest of the article. And while Gotham star Pertwee Jr. isn't entirely keen in jumping into his dad's shoes, there you go, saying it would be too strange, he has now once again noted that he has been approached about starring in the series, having previously been asked to in 2015, though at the moment he's keeping stum about exactly how the conversation went. Now, he started saying to Doctor Who magazine before breaking off, I should be careful what I say, but there were noises made about me being involved in some capacity. I would very much like to do that as an ode to my father if I was lucky. There you go. If he was lucky enough to be asked, and Pertwee already has a few ideas about how he could fit into the Doctor Who world, suggesting that his close familiarity connection to the show could lend itself to some interesting character choices. People will focus on it because of my relationship with my Doctor Who family, so it would have something a little more interesting. An evil son or something weird, he said. You figure it out, I don't know what, but I would like to do something. I really would. Given the series has previously now, yeah, managed to cast two separate sons of two separate doctors, Patrick Troughton in recent years, David Troughton in 2008 Midnight, and Michael Troughton in 2014's Last Christmas. We reckon they could pull it off, and given her, see, they put it in there. I don't want her to, no, I'm sorry, right, but see, they put her, right, and I know Jodie is the doctor to some people, right. I still don't. I don't want him to come anywhere near this show if Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker are still in the show. I'd rather he wait until there's actually a decent writer there. Now, I've watched him in Gotham. He's very good in Gotham. I've even seen him in a movie years ago with Christian Bale called Equilibrium, I think it's called. I don't know if I'm saying the name properly. Equilibrium or something. It's a mad futuristic movie. If you haven't seen a Christian Bale, it's worth checking out. Sean Pertwee is in the movie, but he's kind of like the you'll understand but he's very good in that as well. No, I don't want him. There's no way I want him anywhere near Whittaker's Doctor. No way. I mean, he's such a good actor in his own right. Anyway, no. Anyway, he'd upstage Jodie Whittaker. Anyway, to be quite honest with you, I mean, Jesus, no. See, but you see how desperate they are. See how desperate the BBC have become now. So they brought the Judoon back, and I've said this from day one, even when I made the announcement. I even said it. If they think the Judoon is going to be enough to try win fans back, they're mistaken. So the fact that they've actually gone and done this, and he has actually said that they've approached them, it just goes to show you how desperate they are. And I don't care what Jodie Whittaker supporters say, right? They can say that this show is successful. They can say it's the highest rated in years and all this, right? It's all propaganda, because at the end of the day, it still was on a Sunday night, and they keep comparing the other Peter's era especially to Jodie Whittaker's. You can't, because they're both on two separate nights, right? Jodie Whittaker's doctor was on a Sunday night and had a cushy number, okay? Peter Capaldi's air was moved around and messed around on a Saturday night up against the X Factor and shows like that, right? Also, Jodie Whittaker's era, starting off, actually had I think the record for the most consecutive weeks of continuous drop off, right? It spiked at Rosa. We all knew that. We even said it at the time. It spiked at Rosa, but it continued to fall. You can say all you want, you know, only for the first episode. This is what was the saving grace for this series. The fact that it was the first female doctor and everybody was going to tune in, even those who were against the gender swap, still watched because everybody wanted to watch to see how it would go. So obviously it was always going to have big numbers for the very first episode. What was interesting is it just dropped and dropped, and then Rosa came along, spike, then dropped again, dropped. I think Kerblama had a little bit of a reprieve and then dropped again. And then Resolution, then, as you heard, 5.5 million people watched. So from 10.98 million in the first episode to 5.5 in the very last episode in Resolution. That's over half. That's half your audience now. So it's more than 45%. And we keep bringing up this 45%, and they keep like then throwing the figures. Oh, must be better than Peter's era, better than propaganda. You don't know what you are talking about. This show is in really serious trouble, and this is why all this is happening. Now, if they can't get him on board in some capacity that he's happy with, don't be surprised, and I'll say it here now, don't be surprised if they rope in some poor classic companion from the classic era, because that's how desperate they are. Seriously, that's how desperate they are. It's ridiculous. I don't know. We have to see. It's gone quiet from my source. I have been keeping in touch with my source, but it's gone all quiet all of a sudden. There's a bit of movement behind the scenes. For those of you that don't know, Crystal D, who worked behind the scenes, Doctor Who magazine and stuff like that, the Time Team and all that, she's gone. She was replaced by Luke's Spillane. So that's the new guy in charge. Yeah, I haven't had any run-ins with him, obviously, unlike with Crystal D and Benjamin Cook before. Yeah, so that's good, I suppose. I've been told that he's a good guy. Yeah, he is a bit of an activist and stuff like that. He has his causes, as they all seem to do these days, but he seems to be nice enough. So, you know, it's better. Obviously, the old regime is still there, you know, and for me personally, I won't be happy until they're all gone, to be quite honest. There needs to be a total clear out for this show to survive now, in fairness. I think, you know, as Bolstrek said in his video, you know, I thought it, you know, by the sounds of things that I was hearing, and then we heard the newspaper saying that the show was going to go back towards a Moffat and RTD era style of show. Well, I have to say that looking at what's been coming out lately, I agree with Bolstrek when he says it looks like they're going to double down big time. That's why I don't want Sean Pertwee anywhere near. It's bad enough they brought Stephen Fry in, and I'm a big fan of Stephen Fry, and I can't believe they brought him in. But this is how desperate. Stephen Fry is high profile for anybody that doesn't know. In America, he's actually very big in the UK and Ireland. And there was a bit of controversy when he was in Ireland because he was on a show where they were talking about religion, and he said he didn't like God or something like that, or he thought God was bad because of all the things that happen around the world or whatever. You know, he was a philosopher. He has his own opinions. And because one person called in and complained or something, there had to be I had to be invested because that's Irish law or some stupid thing. Oh, it was ridiculous. There's some blasphemy law or something. Absolutely ridiculous in this day and age, to be quite honest with you. Everybody has the right to freedom of speech. But the world's gone crazy now. You've seen it for yourself, Ballstrex videos being demonetized. I'm not at that stage yet, so they can't do that to my videos. They obviously can certainly still take them down, but they can't demonetize my videos. So I say whatever I want to say. But as I said, for anybody that's new to the channel, go to the Series 12 Rumours and Information playlist. If you want to know anything about Series 12, the upcoming series of Doctor Who, that's the place where to get it. Now, if I do get any more source information, that's where it'll be. Okay? So just want to thank you all anyway. I'm really overwhelmed by the amount of support that I've gotten. And some of the new subscribers. As you can see that I don't shy away from commenting either. If you do comment, I try comment to as many comments as I can. That's the type of person I am. I like to interact with you all. If there's anything as well you would like me to talk about, or if there's anything that I haven't talked about that you have seen that you think is worth talking about, let me know. And yeah, leave comments below, give the video a like, give it a share as well. Maximum exposure, you know yourself. Yeah, so I'll talk to you all very soon. I'll have another video for you tomorrow, okay? Because I haven't done many videos, so it's only right that I throw out a few more videos for you. So I'm sure I'll find something tonight that will that I can talk about. But if there's anything you would like me to talk about, just leave in the comments. Sorry. So good night. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.